Hi there, business owner, and welcome to the 3Bs podcast, the place where we go beyond the numbers and dive into strategies to help you build a better business one step at a time. I'm your host, Stephanie, a multi-award-winning entrepreneur with over a decade of experience in the bookkeeping and accountancy world. If you're a business owner looking to streamline, grow, and get back the time that you deserve, you're in the right place. We're tackling real-world problems, answering tough questions, and digging deep into business-building secrets in just 15 minutes each week. So are you ready to build a better business with confidence and clarity? Then let's go. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the 3Bs podcast. As always, I'm your host, Stephanie Marshall, your go-to for straight talking finance, business strategy, and sustainable success to help you build a better business. This episode is for the business owners who are ready to go, but don't want to lose their minds or their margins in the process. Now, if you've ever thought that I want to scale, but I don't want a huge team, I feel like maybe I'm the bottleneck in my own business. I'm earning more, but I still feel just as chaotic. Any of this rings true, then this episode is for you. We're talking about what it really means to go from solopreneur to CEO and how your financial foundation has to shift if you want to grow with stability and not stress. Let's get into it. Let's get something straight. Being a solopreneur isn't small. It's bold, it's powerful, but it often means that you're doing everything and wearing all the hats. The shift to CEO isn't just about job titles, suits, or even mindset, but it is about how you think, decide, and lead. A CEO knows what their numbers are telling them, where their time is best spent and not spent, when and where to delegate, and how to create consistency and not chaos within the business. And the first place that shift has to happen in your business, your finances. Here's what I see all the time. Your revenue has grown within your business, but your profit just hasn't. You're not paying yourself properly. You have no idea if you can even afford help to get staff in, freelancers or employed. Or you're scared of VAT or tax bills because you don't know what's coming and you haven't saved for it, and it's like that all the time. None of these are a strategy. That is survival. And in business in the early years, that is sometimes what it takes. But if you now want to move from reactive to strategic, your financial foundation has to support you, not just report back at year end. And if you go out to any of the previous episodes, you'll hear me go on and on and on about the importance of knowing your numbers within the year end and planning ahead rather than surviving and waiting for that tax bill to drop that you probably can't afford. Let's simplify this. There are 3 things you need in place before you try to scale your business. Number 1, visibility. You can't fix what you can't see. You need regular sight into your profit and loss, cash flow forecasting, revenue by service or by stream, your break-even point, the tax that is owed, and when. Because your numbers don't lie, but they also don't shout. You have to look or get a bookkeeper account in that will tell you and shout at you so that you know what's going on in your business. Number 2, pricing for growth. Most solopreneurs undercharge because they base pricing on time and not outcome. And that's a huge shift that you have to make. I started my bookkeeping practice charging £10 an hour. I talk about it a lot on this podcast, and I will keep talking about it because I've been there. I've made that mistake. I've made that starting point that I probably shouldn't have done. And there's definitely been times where I should have increased prices sooner than I did, or gave discounts when I shouldn't have done. Because many of us as business owners just want to get the clients through the door, especially in those early days. So now it's really important as we shift into the CEO mindset, and you'll see that brand about on social media. What I mean is start thinking about yourself as a business owner and not just working for a living, working for other people or creating a product. Become a business owner in your mind. Become a CEO, somebody who runs a business, not works in it all the time. A CEO prices for sustainability of the business, to cover team or tools, to pay themselves first, and to invest in growth of the business. If you want to scale, if you want to grow and build a better business, which I presume you are by watching or listening to this podcast, you need to start by making sure your pricing actually lets you do that. And 3, systems that support scaling. Scaling without systems is just working harder. You need bookkeeping softwares that update automatically. These bank feeds are in every bookkeeping software now, and they are crucial for knowing what you're doing and keeping things nice and clear. Clear processes, again, are key for client onboarding and invoicing. Like, getting paid for your jobs is the number one priority of your business. If you're not getting paid, you don't have a business. It's just a hobby. And if you're looking to grow and scale and succeed, there's going to need to be money in that business to pay these people. You need a plan for VAT, for taxes and payroll, and space in your calendar that isn't firefighting. And no, you don't have to do it all alone, but you do have to know what is happening. Like, this business is yours and you are in charge of it, so you need to know what's going on at all times. And you can have the best systems, procedures, and policies in the world, but if you're still stuck thinking like a freelancer, you'll always feel on the edge. So these are the mindset shifts that have to happen when you go from solopreneur, having a business that you run and working all the time, to this CEO owning a business, building and scaling something sustainable mindset. Number 1 is you've got to stop saying yes to everything. And it's the complete opposite of what I see some people say, because yes, opportunities do come from opportunities, but not saying yes to everything is part of setting those boundaries. And that's incredibly important as a CEO. If you wanted to grow to a company with 100 employees, do you really want an open door policy that everyone's coming in and out of 24/7? No, you'd never get any work done. So saying yes to the things that really matter and being able to say no to things that don't matter is an incredibly important mindset shift that you need to go through. You need to treat your salary like a non-negotiable. So many business owners don't pay themselves. And I've been there and I've done it myself. Oh, I'll just take it next month. It's fine. No, you need to treat your salary like a non-negotiable. Do you think the CEO of Tesco doesn't pay himself? Do you think the CEO of 28 Clothing doesn't pay himself? No. You have to pay yourself first. Your salary is a non-negotiable, and your pricing in your business has to reflect that. You plan ahead and not just react. Being proactive is number 1 secret sauce to succeeding in business. For your business's success, you have to plan ahead and not just react. If you wait to see what's going to happen in the budget and then make a plan, even that's not enough as a CEO. You should plan ahead and have a plan B. I'm not saying we need 27,000 plans, but if the worst happens, where do we go from here? If the best happens, where do we go from here? Should be your absolute base point as a CEO. You ask for help and pay for support. This one is key, because even I was, for the first couple of years in my business, trying all the free solutions. Now, yes, sometimes they helped. Yes, there is lots of free solutions out there. But actually, when you pay for support, there's a mindset shift in that of you're paying for a service, you expect a better result, and you hold yourself accountable because you're paying for that support. You value your time as much as your service. Service-based business owners do not put a value on their time. I remember so vividly, and I don't know if I spoke about this on the podcast before, when I must have been like 15, 16 years of age, I had a market store with a few of my friends in Scunthorpe Market. And we personalised printed t-shirts and engraved glasses and did all the personalised gifts that you could make. And I am a huge petrol head, and I used to go to the grass track regularly, to the bike track, grass track, with all my friends. And there was a man called Bill, and he used to give me a lift to and from wherever it was. I think it was Pickering this time, up in North Yorkshire. Wonderful place. If you've not been, please do go. But we were in the car, and I was explaining what I did. I was like, I could do you some team kit. Like, I could do you some branded things for your bikes. I could do t-shirts for your pit crew, for your team. Like, we could really enhance the branding here and give you a real cohesive team feel, like the professionals do, but for a fraction of the price, because, you know, I'm just starting out. And he said, okay, so how much do you charge? I was like, I charge, I think it was like £10 a t-shirt. He said, how long does it take you to make that t-shirt? And I was like, 4 hours maybe? And he was like, okay, so what are you paying yourself? Like, what is your hourly rate? And it was my first kind of insight into, wow, my time has an hourly rate too, and I need to make sure that I am factoring that into my pricing. And guess what? I hit 28, 29, started a business and did not factor in my pricing. Should have paid more attention, but Bill, you were correct. And you should absolutely value your time as much as your service, and that should factor into your pricing too. You're not here to build yourself another job. You're here to build something that works, even when you're not online, even when you're not in the office, a sustainable business that keeps building even when you're not working on it. So if you're listening to this podcast and thinking, yes, okay, I'm ready, it's time for me to step up, here is where to start this week. Number one, run a profit check right now. What is your real take home after everything each month for the last year? Number two, map your financial priorities. Are you saving for tax? Are you investing in support? Have you got pots put aside to keep your different taxes separate? If not, we need to start doing that. Three, review your pricing. I keep going on about this because it's the thing that I think most business owners need to change. And you need to ask yourself, is it future-proof or fear-based? Are you charging £10 an hour because you feel like that's what you can get because you're new and nobody will ever pay more than that? Or are you factoring in the time it takes, paying yourself proper wage and your overheads? If your software increases were 20% tomorrow, could your business still hold that? Is it still future-proof? Number four, identify one task right now you could delegate or automate. And it doesn't have to be big. It can be something as simple as an email triage service tool. So a tool that goes through your emails and flags the most important and puts the junk into a separate folder that you can look at when you've got spare time. If you're a solopreneur, you don't have anyone to delegate to, you can automate too. And five, book a financial review, whether that's with me or with someone else. See where you are, see where you want to get to, and put a plan in place. Because CEOs do not just wait and see, they make informed strategic choices and implement the things that they've learned. So you don't have to build an empire if you don't want to, but if you want a business that gives you freedom, not just invoices and stress, that shift from solopreneur to CEO starts with the foundation of your business. And if you want help making that shift from a financial perspective, that's exactly what we do at ABCS UK. If you go to ABCS UK, you can book a power hour with us, book a free discovery call. We can show you what support we can give you and see if a strategy session, a power hour, or a monthly support package is right for you and your business. That's it for today. Another episode of the 3Bs podcast. If you've missed any of the last 2 episodes, now's a great time to go back and binge them. We did a short little series over the summer where we went through all sort of the basics of business that I'm hoping will be useful for you. Next up, we got something exciting, so stay tuned, hit follow so you don't miss it, subscribe, rate and review, and I'll see you next week for the next episode. Bye. And that brings us to the end of another episode of the 3Bs podcast. I hope you found it useful and that you're walking away with some motivation, inspiration, or education to help you build a better business. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and of course connect with us on social media for more insights, tips, and behind the scenes content. Your next step in building a better business is just a click away. I can't wait to connect with you, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.